quick tutorial on how you might play the Hunger Games in your classroom. So your class is going to represent a population of leopards, and within that population, there are 6 variations. And there's another video that kind of shows, how we reach these numbers, included in the product, in a document called Teacher Tips. So the first thing students are going to do before we run into any natural selection trouble is figure out the initial numbers and the initial percent, or the round 1 numbers. So we're going to keep things nice and even. Let's say we have 24 kids in the class and there's 6 variations, so we're going to keep it nice and even. Everything's multiplied by 10, which are in the directions. And the reason for that is because, the bigger the population, the better. And what we have here is a Grimm card or a sponsor card. Tangibility is optional, so you don't have to physically give the kids the Grimm cards and sponsor cards. They're game tokens. They can be fun, totally up to you and how much time and resources you have. But they are there to print if you so choose to use them. So how do we determine which variation gets a Grimm card or a sponsor card? Well, you, the teacher, you are the game maker. Or you can call yourself the ominous one, whatever you want to be called. You're going to have a suit of cards, and the suit doesn't matter, which is why this is kind of all over the place, but it's the value that matters. So let's say you pull a 6 out. And we've been hit with a virus here, but the smaller variation has an advantage, and the scavengers also have an advantage. So they're doing just fine. But it is a virus, so everyone else, they're not doing so good. So they're not doing so well at all. So they're going to take a Grimm card here. Now, when you are done with the slide, make sure you click on Mother Earth here, because if you click on any other button, you're just going to go back going to go to the next slide. Sorry. So that'll take you back to the cards. Meanwhile, the students here should be filling out this table here, Grimm card or sponsor card. So scavengers were good. They were unaffected. They were fine. Notice they didn't receive a sponsor card, but they were okay. Small body size is fine, but everyone else gets a Grimm card here. And now notice it says here, fill in white parts first, then go back to fill in shaded parts. So they don't need to worry about these round 2 numbers through round 8 numbers. They don't need to worry about anything that's shaded in here. As long as they have these initial numbers, we're good. We can just do the math depending on the Grimm card or the sponsor card, which is all in the direction. So we're going to skip that. And, you just want to keep going with the flow. You just want to keep picking cards and situations or scenarios and having students just keep track of those Grimm cards. So let's click on a king here. A new species of rabbits has been introduced to the Crazy Town jungle via human ship. And they're super fast. So basically a new food source has been established for the super fast leopards. So they're going to take 1 sponsor card. We go back to the cards and just give students a minute to fill in the round 2 results here. There's sponsor. Okay. And I'm not going to keep going on and on, but let's just say that we have all of these white columns, we'll call them, all set here. Good to go. Everything is filled in accordingly. Grimm card, sponsor card. You leave it blank if they weren't mentioned. We're assuming they're unaffected. And then, so the math, basically all sponsor cards results in an increase of 20%. So we can assume that the population is thriving and reproducing.